passes. We're going to label them as A, B, and C. Okay. So you can get to this either from closed guard, from open guard. Today we're going to show open guard. So I'm approaching my opponent. My opponent's got their feet up, using the feet for control. Okay. I want to have inside control. It's a very good smash pass. So what I'm here is my hands coming in. I'm stepping one leg deep to make it difficult so my opponent can't get a De La Diva hook. My hand stays on the knee so that way the foot doesn't come over and establish butterfly, okay? From here, my hand's going on the knee, my opposite hand is coming under and getting the leg up onto the shoulder. My thumb is going in the collar. I'm getting on my tippy toes, not on my knees. If you're on your knees, there's less pressure. So I'm staying on my toes, driving in. I want to bring her knee to her face. From here, the big mistake that most people do is they just try to shrug the leg across. We want to stack first, so move your feet and then allow your hips to do the work. My hand's going to block the hips so that way my opponent can't recover the guard. Alright guys, so that's that guard pass A, just a basic smash pass. What we're going to do now is we're going to get the B pass out of it, okay? If the smash pass doesn't work, okay? So let's pivot just to turn a little bit, perfect. So here, I'm going into my guard pass again. Remember, inside control. I want to open the legs and I want to step in deep with my foot, not shallow. I don't want them getting any kind of De La Diva hook and causing some issues for us. So we're stopping grips before they can happen right now. My hand stays on the knee. My opponent's using this foot to keep me away, very smart. So I'm going to take my hand and go underneath. Now, I'm not throwing the leg up onto my shoulder. Instead, I'm getting low and allowing the leg to go to my shoulder. Again, thumb into the collar. I'm going to stack and look to go to my right on my first pass, my A pass. Okay, so I'm stacking, I'm going that way, but we're having issues going that way. Either A, maybe we couldn't get the leg all the way up onto our shoulder, or B, they've got a strong arm and it's just posting on our hip. So what I'm going to do is I'm now going to come back. Instead of passing to my right, I'm going to go to my left. As I'm passing, my left leg is going to staple. My left arm can go two places. Either A, underneath the head, which is very powerful. Usually what I go for no gi. In the gi, I like to go thumb in because I'm a big fan of bread cutter chokes, okay? So I'm going to show it with thumb in. We got thumb in very deep in the collar here, so I'm starting to choke. Still got this leg up. What I'm going to do now is my left hip is just going to fall to the mat. I'm going to back step my right leg out, okay? So as I fall, my foot plants, my other hand keeps a hold of her leg to keep her hips in the air. Before I remove my left leg, my right hand must block the hip, okay? Block the hip, and then my legs come up into side control. Okay guys, so there's A, there's B, now let's hit C. Okay, so again, I'm approaching, inside control, hand on the knee, other hand underneath, thumb in the collar. I attempt my A pass. My opponent pushes on my hips, so I go back to my B. But this time, maybe she pushed on my knee, or I'm just having a couple of issues. Maybe this isn't where I want to go, okay? Or they're a squirmy opponent, and the back step we know is going to create a scramble. So instead, what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep my right arm underneath. I'm going to switch my knees. Instead of my left knee coming through, my right knee is going to come through. Here's the trick. My left hand can't be on the mat because now this leg is free to move. I haven't controlled her bottom leg because she's not allowing to me with her hand, okay? So I keep my hand on her knee, and I switch my feet. I make sure I step over top. My right arm here, what I'm going to do is I have to keep this leg up. If I bring my arm in and start trying to go for the underhook, she's going to keep her knee and she's going to use that to create some space. So we can't allow that to happen, okay? So I go underneath, I try my pass, I switch. I like to keep my right hand onto this collar, okay? That's for more smaller guys. For the way that I'm going to teach the pass today is we're going to take my right hand and I'm going to connect it to my hip. And then what I'm going to do now, the trick is I'm going to bring my hips forward. I don't just slide my knees. So my hips come forward, and then my right arm is already blocking her hips. I can go underneath of her head. I can go over top of her head for control, okay? Let's go ahead and let's watch all three passes now, okay? So the first pass we talked about was pass A. Inside control, thumb in the collar, tippy toes, pressure, knee to the face. Allow your hips to do the work. Remember, always block the hips. Second one, A fails, we go to B. Step in, boom. I come in for A, She pushes on my hips, so I bring my left knee back through. My hand's gonna go into the collar. I drop my hip, back step, plant the foot. So that way I can drive into my opponent. I let go of the leg, block the hips, side control, and then the last one, C, if we even get to this point, inside control, A, B, C. Right arm's gonna limp arm. I just connect it to my body. I drive my hips forward as I pass the guard. Okay, give it a try. Just keep in mind, look guys, get creative with this. It doesn't have to go in the order that I showed. You can do it your own way. Hope you like.